This is Randy Bell with the Courier podcast, the place to come for the latest Clinton news. Clinton's new pickleball complex owes its existence to money generated by a restaurant tax voters approved in 2022. And Mayor Will Purdy points out that it's not the only parks and recreation project that's been financed with that tax revenue.
The 2% special restaurant tax is solely responsible for many of the improvements you see in our parks over the past 3 or 4 years.
But the state law which allowed Clinton to impose that tax will expire in July unless lawmakers extend the repeal date and authorize a new referendum. And that's exactly what city leaders want the House and Senate to do.
We have to ask the legislature for what's called local and private legislation, which would allow us to do this.
The Board of Aldermen approved a resolution at its January 20th meeting asking that the law be extended for 4 more years. If the legislation is approved, city voters would be asked to renew the tax during a special election on June 9th.
Certainly we are hopeful and would encourage the citizens to reauthorize that.
On July 12, 2022, 2/3 of the voters participating in a special election were in favor of the tax. The proposal needed 60% approval to pass. The extra 2% on food and beverage checks was initially expected to generate about $1 million in annual revenue. City leaders were pleasantly surprised when they collected $1.2 million during FY23 in only 11 months. The restaurant tax brought in $1.5 million in FY24 and $1.6 million in FY25. The mayor says it's important to make sure that voters are aware of how the tax money has been spent so far and how the city proposes to use some of the revenue in the future.
We certainly, will highlight all the good things that the city has gained from this special restaurant tax. It's a phased approach we have, and there's projects still, included in those later phases and new ideas all the time.
According to Parks and Recreation Director Courtney Nunn, in addition to the pickleball complex at Town Park, the tax revenue has paid for the all-inclusive playground at Brighton Park, demolition and replacement of restrooms at Baseball Field 10 at Traceway Park, and new restrooms between softball fields 5 and 6 at Traceway. Among future improvements being discussed, a paved walking path and a skate park at Town Park, a challenge course and outdoor fitness studio at Brighton Park, and shaded bleachers and a new playground at Traceway Park. I'm Randy Bell.